You can hear me okay in this wind. Storm Floris is in the UK now, and it's absolutely blowing a gale, so yeah, hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to touch upon how would I get started in property today if I only had £20,000. So let's go into this topic. Here guys, this is Storm Floris. Pretty wild here, so I'm going to try and find a wee spot nice and chilled. We'll get this video done. I've managed to find myself a nice wee bench here, and the sun has just appeared, so it's nice. It's actually pretty pleasant. So let's get to the topic in hand. If I had £20,000 today, how would I get started in property? And the answer would be the exact same way that I myself get started. The adage in property of buying the worst house on the best street. And if I look back at how I get started, this is exactly what I've done. So I managed to purchase a 2-bedroom end terrace house for £78,500, and it essentially just needed a light refurb. It was a motivated seller. Family unfortunately had passed away. They were going to split it between the brothers, and they just essentially wanted rid of this property, and I managed to get it at a fantastic price. And I went in, I put a new kitchen in, painted and decorated, upgraded the electrical unit, and put new carpets and flooring throughout. I must have spent about £6,000 on this property. After that, we then get the property revalued, and it was then worth £100,000. There's a couple of main benefits of doing it this way. When you acquire the property, you don't pay any second property tax, whereas me as an investor right now, every property I buy, I need to pay 8% of the property value as a second property tax. You don't need to do that when you buy your own residence. And then when you sell the property, there's no capital gains tax either. For me, I've got buy-to-lets in my own name. If I then go to sell them, I'll get hit with a 20% tax bill. When you do it in your own name and your own residence, and if you live in the property while you do it up and then sell it or refinance, it's completely tax-free. Just look at my own numbers from my own scenario of buying my own residential property to flip on. Purchase price was £78,500. We put down a 10% deposit, so £7,850. The refurb costs on that must have been roughly about £6,000 or £7,000. It wasn't a lot. Currently, I'm all in for £15,000. The money that I've had to put in was obviously for the refurb, which was about £7,000, say. The deposit was £7,850. We take that away from the purchase price, but that's still my money. That deposit is still mine. That's in the property. We then sold it for £100,000. So essentially, I pulled back out £30,000, and then because the deposit was, say, £8,000 and the refurb was £7,000, out of my £20,000 starting pot, I still had £5,000 left over. I can then add that to my £30,000. So I've essentially then turned £20,000 into £35,000, which is enough almost to then go and acquire 2 buy-to-lets rather than what it would have been with one. Know that if you're maybe a first-time investor or you're just starting looking into this stuff, that might come across as quite complicated. I'll be honest, for myself, it took me months and podcasts and taking in content and being in the right groups and around the right circles to kind of get my head around it. But once you get it and once you start to kind of grasp the numbers and the terminology and everything involved in property, it's actually pretty simple. It needs to be simple if I can do it, let's be honest. Taking any value at all from that, my experience, what I done myself, then yeah, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe. I'll try and make some more, some insights from my own personal experience, just starting out in property, because I'm not a seasoned investor by any means. I've got 4 buy-to-lets myself. I'm looking for a 5th one now. So yeah, just sharing my own personal experience, and yeah, catch up with you soon.